It's week 6 of the NFL, and we're watching the Snowhawks bruising running back. He looked real good a week ago with almost 160 yards. It's the Snowhawks and the Elks, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Portland Snowhawks and the Salt Lake City Elks. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Salt Lake City ball club. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for this visiting Portland club, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he fires one that's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 128 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Snowhawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Salt Lake City with the football here to begin quarter 2.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get this across midfield to the 48.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He rifles one that's intercepted. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now the try here for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taken at about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Elks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This offense back to work now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 2nd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice games, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Back to throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They'll set up a throw.
He'll get it inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And look like some movement there. Let's get the call.
No, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Wide open receiver complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll get this up to about the 44.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he goes out right around the 39. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back live here now in Salt Lake City as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. They'll look to throw here. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll set up to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're going to look to throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
2nd and 9 now.
Throwing right, and that's complete. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
He's got it to the 43 here.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Salt Lake City, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.